Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can find us on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Today I want to show you off a solution for hot hunting seasons. It's the middle of September right now. Archery season is well underway. Rifle season for elk starts here in about 2.5 weeks, and I got a muscle shirt on. It's 72 degrees outside today, and it'll be down to about the low 50s or so tonight, which is way too hot to store meat. Normally, when I go hunting, I get, if I'm lucky enough to get something, why then I'll go ahead and dress it out in the field and then hang it for a day, maybe 2, possibly 3 in the shop, and that's it. And then start quartering it up. So I was doing some changes to my backyard and decided to move the shed around a little bit. That is a window air conditioning unit. There's another one right behind it. Not really sure if you can see it or not. Yep, there it is right there. So kind of excuse the mess. I'm like I said, doing an awful lot back here, and it's kind of messy. Anyway, so what I've got is my shed. It is a 10-foot by 10-foot by probably 7.5 foot at the peaks, or the beginning of the peaks right there. So what I did, I ended up I wanted to throw a window air conditioning unit in here to see if I could get it just down enough to where I could buy myself an extra day or two before I worked up meat. Plus also get the meat out of the shop. Every time during hunting season, if I get something, then I have to, I've been storing, hanging it in the shop, and I have to shut the shop down while the animal's hanging there. Dust and grinding, grit and all that kind of stuff. Don't want it in there. So what I did was I ended up building a room inside a shed. So I'll bring you in here. Hopefully the camera will adjust to the light. Took the styrofoam that you get at Home Depot and built a room inside this shed here. Now the room here is inside the cooler is 3 foot wide. 3 foot wide by almost 10 feet long by 6.5 foot tall or so. And the door is a pretty simple door unit. I wanted to make this to where it would break down. Let's put you over here. It's kind of crowded in here, which is why I wanted to make this to where it would break down, so that I can have the rest of my shed back during the non-hunting season. So I got a place to put my lawnmower, what you normally use a shed for. So I take the door off, which the door is the same as this. This is 1-inch styrofoam. We've got a tarp just to kind of slow down the heat loss, or the cold loss, when we go in and out. Now I'm going to go in and it's going to be kind of noisy. I'll give you a look around. I might just end up yelling at the camera so you can hear me. Okay, so got a fan down there to help with circulation, just moving the air around inside the room. A light up there so I can see what I'm doing. That is the first AC unit. Oh, you saw that light just kick on? More about that in a second. There's the thermostat unit for this AC, this air conditioner, the rest of the room where I was standing, a couple of thermometers, eye bolts go up into the rafters to hang meat from. It looks like I'm going to be able to hang 4 complete deer or 4 antelope or 2 elk in either halves or quarters in this place. And from my testing that I've done so far, it looks like with an empty room with oversized AC units, it's holding about a 4-degree spread around the set point. So if I set it at, say, 35 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't have the temperatures written down on the control knobs yet, but if I set it to where my my remote thermometer reads 35 degrees, it'll swing 31 up to about 39 degrees. So well within inside the range of 32 to 40 degrees that they recommend for hanging meat. Also, there's two reasons why the temperature could be swinging so much that I know about. One of them is that these AC units are overpowered for the amount of volume that this room has. And the second thing is that it is an empty room. So, you know, in your refrigerator, you know, your milk and your meats and your leftovers and all that kind of stuff really kind of help even out your temperature swings during the daytime. So I'm expecting that the temperature swings will drop considerably when I actually have meat hanging in here. That's what the milk jugs are on the floor. Just gallon milk jugs full of water to start, and I only had 2 of them, so I'm going to keep those and save them up until I'm no longer hunting for this year anyway, and see if I can't get more mass in here to kind of help even out those temperature swings. The construction of this, I went to Home Depot and they had 1.5 inch styrofoam board, 4x8 sheets. So this wall, that wall, the ceiling, and then the wall right behind you have all got the walls have got 2 layers, so they've got 3 inches of insulation, and the ceiling's only got 1 layer, so 1.5 inches. Then when I went to Home Depot to finish it out, they were out of the 1.5 inch stuff, so that's why this wall right here, this wall, and the door are made out of 1 inch insulation. These walls break down. There's a couple of sandwich studs on the outside, so you unscrew those, take yourself a razor knife, cut around the duct tape seal all the way around both panels, and they just pop out, store underneath the shed for the rest of the season. The AC units, you saw the frame outside. They're mounted on shelves, so they've got plenty of support. Everything's been painted, so I shouldn't have to worry about everything you know, rotting away while I'm using it. First we'll go to this unit over here, because it's a little bit simpler. Now, I didn't use any kind of fancy AC units. These are, this was one I had laying around in my storage shed. We put the sheet up because there is a possibility of air flowing back through the AC unit that's not being in use. So put that sheet up there so that it'll kind of block that cold loss. So we have just a regular old room AC unit, and I forgot to see what kind of BTUs this one is. I'm thinking it's probably an 8 to a 12,000 BTU unit. Now, a window air conditioning unit, if you, that's right, it's not plugged in. The digital display will only come down to 64 degrees on this one, which is quite a bit hotter than what we need for a cooler. So this jobber right here is the thermostat out of a refrigerator. So you take your thermostat wires right here for the original AC thermostat, which is that right there. You just cut it off, and then you can either wire them together to make a continuous call for cold, or you can wire them up with the thermostat for a refrigerator with a sensing unit there. Then I had to make a little bracket, you know, to where it's nice and neat, and then I can make marks, you know, around the knob. And then just play around with it till you find out about what setting you need to keep the cold you need. Now this unit here, it was a little bit more complicated. I tried doing the same thing on this unit. This is a Frigidaire 12,000 BTU unit. Tried doing the same thing, and I couldn't get it below about 42, 44, and it had wild swings. It'd get down to 42, it'd go up as much as 55. Inside the room, it was just horrible. So then what I ended up doing was I found out it had a thermostat, which I knew that, but it also had this wire with this sensor. You can kind of see the end of it there. And that sensor fits right inside there, and it is a coil temperature sensor. So when these coils start getting too cold, that sensor tells the main unit, hey, it's too cold, we're about to freeze up, shut it down. Which, if you were running it continuous, I could see that being a problem. We're controlling this, so they will get colder than normal, but so far it hasn't iced up or quit working or even, you know, developed ice on the fins or anything. So what I did was I took this panel out of a refrigerator. My appliance repair guy, he had a couple of spare ones of these around, and there is your control knob. So since I couldn't splice this directly into this thermostat, I had to go a little bit around it. This thermostat here controls this light bulb. Here is the actual business end of the thermostat. So when this senses that it's too hot, it tells the thermostat, hey, let's call for cold. When this says it's too cold, it closes and allows electricity to go to this light bulb, and then the light bulb, or the thermostat and the coil temperature unit get heated up by the light bulb, and then turns the AC unit on. Once it gets cold enough, this quits calling for cold. It tells that we're cold enough. This opens, shuts off the light bulb, the wires cool down to whatever the room temperature is, and then this quits, the fan keeps running, but it quits making it colder in here. Now we'll go ahead and turn this off for a second. Okay, so I had the idea to do the, well, we'll turn that fan off too. So I had the idea to do the window AC units and then bypass the thermostats to get it cold enough. On my research on the internet, I came across this place called StoreItCold.com. They sell what's called the CoolBot. The CoolBot is a really nice version. Well, I've never seen it in person, but it is a really nice version of this whole contraption here. Okay, so what it does is it's basically a PID control unit, and it has got a temperature sensor that goes right to the thermostat on your refrigerator, so or your AC unit. So no need to cut and splice wires, no need to you know, figure out how to trick the thermostat on your AC unit. And then it also, apparently, when it's too warm in the room, it actually sends a heat signal to the window unit's factory thermostat, tricking the thermostat into thinking that it's too hot, and the AC unit will come down. It also has a digital display. I think it probably will control your temperatures a little bit closer, at least for you know, until I get this all set up just the way it you know, until I work with it for the next couple of weeks. So, and it's also plug and play. Apparently it doesn't void the warranty on your AC units. The warranty doesn't really bother me a whole lot. That unit I had just sitting in my barn already. This unit, you know, it's winter time's fast coming, so window AC units are on sale everywhere. I picked this one up at the pawn shop for $55. You know, so the warranty part, that doesn't really bother me at all. But anyways, so the reason I put two of them in here, one, I always like to have a backup to everything, and two, what if it didn't work? I mean, this is the first season I'm going to be doing this. A whole bunch of stuff could go wrong. And then the last one is, what happens if one of these AC units goes out? With just having one AC unit, if that AC unit goes out, I'm working up meat that day. you know, no matter if it's convenient or if it's hung long enough or not. If I can't keep it cold enough, I've got to work it up right then. Also, trying to find another AC unit in the middle of hunting season, which is the start of winter, you know, in say an hour or so, and then trying to rip the old one out and slap the new one in while you've got meat hanging in here, that just kind of sounded to me like a bad idea. So anyway, so I've got two of them. Each one by itself will cool the room down more than enough. This unit, when I was messing with it, when I finally figured out what was going on with the thermostat, I just put it onto a light bulb, started this AC unit up. It was 80 degrees outside, dropped the temp in this room down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit in an hour and 15 minutes. So they can get really, really cold. I'm not sure about running it like that. I think you would probably ice up your AC unit. But anyways, I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. It looks like it's going to allow me to hang meat for a couple of weeks. It gets everything out of my shop, so I don't have to shut the shop down, mostly during hunting season. It breaks down, so, you know, like I said, this whole wall right here, plus the front, that panel right there, because it sticks out into the doorway. It takes about 30 minutes to break those pieces down, store them up underneath the shed, and coil up my extension cord. So 30 minutes after hunting season is over with, I've got a whole shed back. These walls right here will just stay the way they are with the AC unit. Next season, when it's time for me to set it back up, it'll take me about 30 minutes to set it back up so that I can be ready for hunting again. It's been a really fun project. And if you want more information on how to do the CoolBot thing, you can go to their website again, storeitcold.com. Look for the CoolBot, or you can grab yourself a used or a pawn shop AC unit. Do a little bit of tinkering, run down to your local appliance store, get a couple of refrigerator thermostats, and wire it up like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.